Hey butterflies, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be your pick a card reading entitled What Blockages Do You Face and How You Can Heal From Them. So I hope this reading brings clarity to some unanswered questions for some of you, and you can choose both piles if you would like to, or you can just choose one pile. So I'll give you a moment to decide which pile, or which pile you were drawn to. Okay, let's go to pile number one. Let's see, pile number one. What is the main blockage limiting your growth? So what is the main blockage limiting my pile number one's growth? So we have the Ace of Wands. So the main blockage I feel that could be limiting your growth is feeling unable to have a new beginning. So you could be in that energy, or in the energy right now, pile number one, whereby you want to break free, because every time I see the Ace of Wands, I always think of Aries energy, right? All the aces for me are, cardinal signs. They are the signs of the leaders. So with the Ace of Wands, that's my Aries card. With the Ace of Cups, that's my Cancer card, Cancerian card. With my Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Swords I should say, or I say my because if I find that in a deck, if it comes out in a deck, that's the Libra card for me. And the Ace of Pentacles is my Capricorn card. So I feel for some of you, you could actually be in Aries, but this to me indicates that I'm hearing deadline. You may have set yourself a deadline. So maybe by the time of the spring equinox, always get tongue tied when I say that word, the spring equinox, March times, the ending of March, 20th of March, during that spring equinox, during that time when there's an energy shift, I feel, during that time when we're going towards, we are in spring, yes, we're in the equinox, but you can definitely feel that there's a shift in energy and we're nearing summertime, right? You may have given yourself a deadline. By this time I want to be, some of you may want to travel, is what I feel. Some of you, I'm hearing that you may have wanted or expected to be settled in a commitment with a person, whether or not that means you're single or you could be in a relationship right now. But there's something about you wanting to break free. There's something about you wanting to do something, but you're feeling trapped. You're feeling unable to. And obviously this is what this reading is about. What are the blockages? And I feel like for some of you, the blockages could actually be that you could feel depleted. You could feel as though you have no energy to do anything. You could feel as though there's nothing to look forward to. There's something that's being zapped out of you, right? I also feel like, because when you think of that Aries energy, you think of Aries being very confident. You think of them being very assertive, pioneering, going after what they want, with determination. And I feel like those traits that I just described could be missing with how you're feeling in the now. And this could be due to someone. This could be due to a way of being. This could be due to your environment for some of you. But I definitely feel with this card that you're lacking motivation. It's almost as if you feel, what's the point? Maybe you tried in the past but it didn't work out. Whatever that thing is, whatever you want to go after, and there's an energy of you lacking energy, you lacking that motivation within self when you're not used to this way of being. Maybe others or even yourself, yourself, you could have been known as somebody, or you could be known, I should say, as somebody that goes after their goals. Someone that's very assertive, someone that's a great leader, someone that people look up to. But there's something within you that's making you hold yourself back, and you're trying to find that inner spark within, is what I'm picking up. So what is the main blockage limiting your growth? So I feel like with the Hanged Man right there, Some of you could be a Pisces Aries cusp, or some of you could be a Pisces, or you could be an Aries. What I feel is there's definitely an energy of stagnancy, and I feel more so this energy, I'm hearing it's a dormant one, because initially you are a person that is a go-getter. You are a person that goes after what you want. You say you're going to do something, even if people, say, oh, you sure you can do that? You go and prove to yourself and to others that what you say you're going to actually do. But you're feeling quite restricted right now. And I feel like this is a time, and here Spirit wants you to keep still. This is one of the reasons why things are not moving in the way that you want it to move, the Hangman right there, because I'm hearing this is a time that you may need to do some inner reflection work on self. And I'm hearing that phrase, nothing is an accident. And I know I'm going to be so annoying when I say this, I hope not anyway, but everything will be in divine timing. Spirit wants you to take a step back for a moment. And when I say take a step back, I don't mean, dim your light. I mean, Spirit wants you to curb your energy, safeguard your energy. It's okay to keep still, because you could be a person that's go, 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 go. And I feel like because you're in that energy, or you have been in that energy, there has not been a time to connect with self. So you are called to connect with self. This is why there's a blockage, because Spirit doesn't want you to move forward and keep moving forward and keep moving forward and accomplish this and then keep moving. There's something that needs to be felt. There's something that needs to be faced. And you could be trying to escape from something. And you could be a person that throws yourself into work so that you don't have to face something, so that you don't have to connect with yourself. And I feel like there's something that needs to be shed. Something definitely that needs to be felt, and you are trying to stuff it down. You're trying to run away from what needs to be faced, and these are your feelings about something or someone, right? So what is the main blockage limiting your growth? We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. This indicates to me that you are trying to run away from your emotions. And because you are trying to run away from your emotions, pile number one, it's not allowing anything to manifest and anything to grow in the now. What you are wanting to manifest in the now is not being able to expand, because there is a blockage within. There is an energy of repression. There's an energy of, I'm hearing you need a breakthrough. And this breakthrough will come once you face what you have been trying to run away from. For some of you, you could be in a connection with somebody and it's purely based on the physical. You may want it to be more deeper, but Spirit keeps blocking the situation, because Spirit wants you to know that what you want out of this connection is not being, projected back onto you and onto your thoughts and feelings. It's almost as if you are not gaining what you want out of a particular situation. This could be an idea, I feel more so a work situation or a relationship, right? You could be glamorizing, because when you think of the Hanged Man, it is Piscean energy. Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune. Neptune is all about illusions, escapism, right? Dreams, magic, etc. So you could be, you could be romanticizing a situation and not really facing the reality of a situation, not wanting to face the reality of a situation, wanting to keep your head in the clouds because it's more easier to do so, as opposed to facing what you may feel could be soul destroying. There's something that you're fearing, right? And it's fearful, it's scary, but Spirit is saying that once you're walking through that passage of the fear that you have been trying to avoid, then you're going to start seeing a breakthrough. Then you will gain that breakthrough. But you are, there's the energy of things being put on hold for you, Hanged Man, because one's not wanting to face something in order to reach that goal that one wants to attain. And the longer one withholds from, connecting with self would definitely help in this pile. doing the shadow work, you know, looking at why you may have attracted the same situations, looking at, you know, not repeating the same situations again, so that you take the hit, so that you are left with the feelings that you could now be trying to avoid because you know that it's painful. And this could be the thing for some of you. Some of you could be in a passionate connection with somebody, and you could be in the hope that eventually it will turn into something stable. You and this person will, you know, make it official, etc. And this person could be showing you through their actions, through their words, for some of you, that they are not in alignment with what you want. You know, I'm hearing like this individual could be quite conceited. They could be quite, they may have like an inflated ego, because it's almost as if they know that they've got you there. You're not going anywhere. This is how they feel. You're not going anywhere. And it inflates their ego because they are insecure, but your wanting of them is boosting their ego, and it's making them feel as if they can treat you or speak to you in any way that they want to, because they have an inner knowing in the now that you're always going to be there. They feel like they're free to do what they want, while they offer you crumbs, and that's not what you want. And maybe your friends and family members may have tried to warn you about this individual and say, look, this person is not going to give you what you want, and you may have shunned what they were saying because you didn't want to face the truth. And you may have encountered people or a person like this before, and it ended badly, and you may have felt that it put you in a very dark space, and you found it very hard to pick yourself back up. This is why you could be trying to ignore the red flags for some of you, right? Spirit is saying if you face the red flag, see the situation and the person for who they truly are, then you can start beginning to do the inner work. Then you can start asking yourself questions around why, you know, are you drawn to these types of individuals? What is it within you that feels a need to be drawn to these individuals? Yes, there could be an initial physical attraction, but emotionally something's off. You feel the offness within, but you're still trying to, you know, gloss over that. Why is that? What is it about your past that made you feel like these types of individuals were acceptable? Was it a father figure that you may have witnessed seeing treat your mother in a certain way? For some of you, not for all of you. Or were you so used to, you strike me as a very caring person. You want to help, you want to love, you want to offer advice, etc., which is amazing, which is brilliant, because we need more people like that. But this person, they take, and you could be in the energies of, the more I give, they will eventually love me. And this type of energy, it will be an ongoing theme. It won't result in what you would like it to result in, because they are not evolved yet. They are not where you are. You are more enlightened than this individual. This person could be more 3D based. This person is about the material. There's nothing wrong in that. Money makes the world go around. But they have that energy whereby they don't want to settle down in the now. They want to just travel. They want to do their own thing without considering anybody. Whereas you want a deep connection with somebody where you can connect to their heart. This person doesn't even want to connect to themselves, and because you are in alignment with this individual, their energy is now rubbing off on you, and you could be trying to manifest a new beginning for yourself. Some of you actually want to get away from this individual, but because you're not connecting to self, because you are associated with this being, and you know, when you are around other people, their way of being actually transfers over onto us. That's why it's very important to make sure whoever you have within your circle, you know, is in alignment with you. And that doesn't, I don't want to make it sound conceited, but I mean in a way whereby they're not going to lower your vibration in any way. They're either going to meet you where you're at or help you elevate it. You know, this person doesn't believe in, you know, this person just thinks about self. This person could be in that low vibrational energy of the Emperor. Very domineering, very selfish, you know, just very, you know, and this could be the thing. Spirit may want you also to acknowledge, you know, this could also be, only for a small few of you, this could be your energy where you could be in that energy. Guys, I have to be real in my readings, okay? Right? You could be in that energy of just, you know, being quite self-centered, not really thinking about other people, not thinking about how your views, your tone, the way that you know, your outlook on life, how it affects others. You know, other people could feel quite restricted around you. There could be a very domineering way that you are asserting yourself, and you could be quite oblivious to how it affects other people, and this could then cause blockages in your life. You could think to yourself, how come I'm not connecting with the right friends? How come my family members don't, you know, how come I feel left out in regards to family members, in regards to friendship groups, in regards to connecting with new people, in regards to connecting with a new partner? That could be the thing for some of you. In regards to connecting with people at work, like, what is it? What and Spirit is calling for you. This is another group I'm speaking to. I feel like it's like I'm hearing 4, 3, 4. I'm hearing 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is for like a second group whereby you could be in an energy whereby you're not self-reflecting. You're not looking at how your actions could affect other people. And Spirit is saying, look at your past. For both of groups I'm speaking to, look at your past. Look how the dynamics of connections played out. Were you always the leading force? Were you always, you know, look at how those interactions played out. And there's a common theme with how those interactions played out. And it may have ended in arguments. Look at your behavior patterns within those arguments. Look at, you know, how you reacted, how the other person reacted. Why did that interaction of discord start in the first place? There's a lot of different things that Spirit wants you to look at. And this could be blocking you from connecting with new individuals. Because Spirit is almost saying, until you work on this in the now, we are not going to bring these, you know, I'm hearing situations, or we're not going to bring, you know, Spirit doesn't want you to repeat something. And I feel for this, for the second group who I'm speaking to, it's a way of being, it's an attitude, it's a it's a thought pattern that needs to be broken, because Spirit doesn't want you to go on in the new with this same way of being. And that way of being could be any way which I'm speaking about. You know, it could have been a way whereby you could be always thinking about yourself, not, you know, considering others. But then you may have thought, but I did consider others, but then your behavior may have caused a reaction in others, and you may have thought, why are they acting like that? And instead of trying to delve in, because not all of us want to, you know, delve in and find out from the other person, what is it that made you, do you know what I mean? It could have been easier for you to just, okay, they're in their own world, and move on to another friendship group, move on to another relationship, move on to another family. You know, it's something like that. But Spirit is saying you kept jumping and jumping when you could have been the one that was, you could have been the one that created the issues, then moved on. Look at your behavior patterns. This could be one of the reasons why something is not manifesting for you right now, because there's an energy that you're not paying attention to that resides within. There's an energy that needs to be expressed, needs to be exposed. Maybe for some of you it needs to be admitted. This is part of who I am, this is my genetic makeup, this is my personality. Okay, how can I work with this so that it doesn't hurt or harm others? Asking self those real questions through doing shadow work. Maybe some of you can do this through therapy as well. Some of you could be quite religious as well, and there's nothing wrong in that. But there's something about you having to face your true authentic self, accepting of self, and accepting that with me being in this way of being, I may only attract these types of situations. If I'm not willing to change it, this is what I have to accept. If I talk to people like this, if I treat people like this, if I'm always just focusing on self like this, then this is what I can then expect, because then other people may do the same thing back to me, and I can't complain. And for the first group, I feel like you and this person could have had an on and off relationship, or this person promised you a lot of different things, but I'm hearing they lied, and they wanted to keep you there, stuck and stagnant, because it gave, I'm hearing my power, it gave them power. And it's not letting you feel elevated. It's not raising your vibrations. It's not, you know, many people may have tried to warn you. You may have not listened to your gut, because you had a nudge that something is off with this situation, this person, but you still stayed within that situation. And because you still stayed within that situation, for some of you, it could be a boss. You could still live at home with your parents. It could be a father that you don't get on with, and you still try to maintain this relationship with this person when it's not working. Or this person could be very domineering, that you feel stuck. They're not allowing you to express yourself or expand. It's almost as if they don't want you to show them up. And this person that you could be in a relationship with, for the first group I'm speaking to about 2 or 3, this individual knows that you are a good person, know that you have a lot to offer, but they're so selfish. I'm going to say it. They're so selfish, they don't want you to give that same love and care to any other person, knowing that they can't offer you the same thing, but still wanting you to stay stuck and stagnant. And they can see the qualities and abilities that you have within you, but they don't want you to know that for yourself, so that you go out there and take on the world and, express your creativity and do amazing with it. Because I feel like you have a lot of ideas, goals and plans, but because you are connected to this person, this is one of the reasons why you're stuck. This is one of the reasons why things are blocked, because Spirit also doesn't want you to bring this person into a new cycle. Some of you could have been speaking about doing a collaboration with this person, but Spirit wants you to have a new beginning elsewhere from this individual. And also to look at your patterns, your thought patterns, why you believe that you should stay with somebody like this. Then that could also indicate that there's a lack of self-confidence. Why is there a lack of self-confidence? Because this person may have been treating you as though, this person wasn't treating you very kindly. And that's an understatement, even saying that word, kindly. This person wasn't treating you for the way that you should have been treated, the way you deserve to be treated, I should say. And there's a knowing that they are not treating you the way that you don't deserve to be treated, but because they feel like you are accepting of the crumbs that they are dishing out when they feel like to dish it out. Because sometimes I feel like this person doesn't always call, they don't always answer their phone. They say how you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. And this person sees and feels like your self-esteem, though they view you and see you as a person that is amazing and could pick any other person over them or have an amazing career, there's something about your career being on hold because you've chosen to be, and it's a choice, right? You've chosen to be with this person. And some of you are thinking, but why would Spirit want to punish me? It's not about punishment. It's more about sometimes we have to go in situations and unfortunately face experiences to learn a lesson, so that we don't experience it again, or that our experience can help others not to make the same choices that we made. I said choices and not mistakes, because I don't think anything is a mistake, because we're supposed to learn. That's how we evolve, unfortunately. And take that in I'm saying that quite lightly, because we sometimes get dealt the wrong cards, yes, and we don't deserve it. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, we deserve it. We don't deserve it. We do not. You know what I mean? But through those trials, if, once we come out of it, or once we're nearing the end of the tunnel of coming out of those trials, we can look back, hopefully, and say, okay, I understand why that happened, as painful as it was, but it would have made me who I am today. And now I'm able to help another person who's going through the similar experience that I'm going through. And that could be for some of you as well. Like, second group, pile number 1, you may have a gift of knowledge that you are choosing to keep to yourself when you could be there for others. Because with the 4 of Cups in the reverse, this is saying that, look, she's not accepting a cup that's been offered to her. Maybe you're not extending your cup to others. Maybe that's why I'm picking up for some of you. You're keeping something to yourself. You're keeping your emotions to yourself. You could be keeping, maybe you could be in, I'm hearing like a selfish energy of, well, I've got to think about me, myself and I've got to get mine. It's that type of energy. But Spirit is saying that if you are in this type of energy, then you're going to attract that same thing, and you could then be in that same energy that you are choosing to withhold from. Could be 4 people, could be 3 people, and you may then think no one's there for you, but it's the energy that you're emitting in the now. You could be very self-focused, very self-centered, letting people know, laying down the law and this and that. So people may want to remove themselves from you if you are in this energy, or people may not choose to be around you when you are in need, because they will remember how you were within this energy. And Spirit wants you to look at, why do you feel the need to be in this energy? What was it about? What is it that makes you think that being in this energy? I don't want to come off like Victoria or nothing, pile number 1, but this is what I'm picking up. I've got to read, but Spirit wants you to know, like, why do you feel the need to be in this energy? Maybe you were wronged in the past, and you may have vowed that I'm never gonna let anyone treat me that way again, but you could be doing the things that you're doing to the wrong people. And it's also, you may not be aware that you're acting in this way, but then you could be quite shocked that other things are not being manifested in the way that you want it to be manifested, or things are not, there's a lot of blockages here, and sometimes Spirit is blocking other people from connecting with you because they don't want them to get hurt, because they may feel like you may say something in a different tone or something, and then it's going to upset that person because they could be quite sensitive. So you could be thinking, oh, how come I haven't connected with such and such? Or how come? Because there's something that needs to be looked into, a trait maybe changed or accepted. And if accepted, work on how you're going to move forward with this way of being, if there's no change. And we should all be how we are. None of us should change ourselves for anyone, but if it's going to hurt other people, then there has to be a little adaptations, I believe. So that's what I feel is happening for you, pile number 1. Also, just to add that some of you may, like I said, there's something that you could be on the cusp of doing, but Spirit doesn't want you to be associated with this love interest or this boss or this father figure, because they will destroy it for you. Your associations with them will block any future advancements for you. So that's what I feel like it is. And also looking at, why did I choose to stay at home for so long? And that could also mean, like, there's a fear of going out on your own. Maybe this person may have said, this person may have brainwashed you and said, like, oh, you're never going to find anyone like me, or you're not going to survive on your own out there. So you may have been like some sort of scarcity mindset, because they implanted it into your head, because they could see how eager you were to go out there and explore. They may have seen how eager you were to express your talents. They may have seen how eager you were to, how creative you are, how beautiful and attractive you are, and how other men or women look at you. But they wanted you to believe that they're the only ones that are going to see your worth. So it's about looking at that and thinking, why did I believe that? Why did I allow this person power over me? Why do I allow people to have that power over me? The only person that should have power over me is myself. And it's about reclaiming your power, and also doing things and analyzing, when did I give away my power? Could it be a time when you didn't speak up, when you was in the face of injustice? It's analyzing and looking at all these different traits. And this person, I feel, is significant. They represent something. I'm hearing maybe from a past life. I believe we are going through North Node in North Node in Aries at the moment. So in this life, Spirit is saying, for some of you, you're supposed to be embodying your true node, right? Some of you could be North Node Aries, but for some of you, you are supposed to be more assertive. You are supposed to be, and if you are this way inclined, this is the way that you are supposed to continue to be. Find that confidence within. Why is my confidence being dimmed? And I feel like it's got something to do with this person. This person made you feel less than. Why did I believe this individual? Remembering who you are. Remembering that you are deserving of the best that life has to offer. Not dimming your light because it upsets this person's demons. I know it sounds so cliche, you hear that term all the time, but it's true. You expressing yourself is upsetting this individual. This person wants you to rely on them because they see your worth. They see how amazing you are, and they know the power that they have over you, because they feel like you can't tap into your power. So it's about you breaking free, you doing that inner work, removing yourself from this individual first and foremostly, and remembering who you are, working on yourself, reminding yourself of all your traits, your talents, your skills, your attributes, how you make people feel. This is for my group number 1 and my pile number 1. Okay, so let's move on, because I can spend forever on just these 3 cards. Okay. The second question is how this emotional block affects relationships. And I feel like I just answered that, but we'll take a look some more. Okay, so we got the 6 of Wands. Some of you could be a Leo, or you could be dealing with a Leo. And we've got the Page of Cups, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So how this block affects your relationship is by you not being able to express yourself, because I definitely feel some of you are destined for fame, success and victory, and if not fame, there's a definite energy here of someone just being experimental, very creative, someone that has a big compassionate heart, but it's almost like you are afraid of who to be compassionate to, or should I even bother to be compassionate and caring? What's the point? All the people that I have been that way to, it's only ended in disaster. And Spirit wants you to actually lend this kind hand and compassionate side to yourself. That's why I mentioned about with the Hanged Man, this is a period for some of you to be still, because this is the time that you need to start giving love to yourself, because you could be a person that's always being there for others, always giving to others, and expecting others to be the same way with you, especially with this relationship and this boss or this father figure, thinking that if you're kind and compassionate and caring and thoughtful to this person, they're going to be that. No, this person is not, their genetic makeup is not that way inclined. I don't know what they've been through in their life, but something is distorted with this person. They love power, they love authority, they love to implant fear into others, right? And for some of you, sorry I'm going to say it, this could be your energy as well. And again, it's about looking at why you feel that need to be that way. And again, you may have been very compassionate and kind, and you may have been very in love with somebody, and they may have hurt you with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And Spirit is saying that this blockage, the question is, how is this emotional blockage affecting your relationship? This emotional block could be affecting your relationships because it's not allowing you to express yourself, to express your talents, right? And again, this is like 5th house energy with that Leo card right there. Some of you are supposed to be seen for your creative gifts. Some of you could be entertainers, some of you could be artists, dancers, singers. Some of you could paint, you could draw, you could make things with your hand. You're definitely creative, and it's almost as if you're sitting on these creative ideas because they're just an idea, and you may feel like, oh, no one's going to buy into it, no one's going to, I'm not going to make any money off it. So it's almost like you're doing yourself a disservice based on how others have treated you. Maybe some of you could be creators, and you may have tried to create something in the past that was supposed to expand, that was supposed to do extremely well, but it didn't do well because I don't feel like your energy was in alignment with the product. You had an energy of feeling like it's not going to sell, or no one's going to buy it, or no one's going to see it. And although the idea was amazing, although the product was amazing, or the song was amazing, or the drawing, or some sort of act that you performed, it was good, it was amazing, it didn't fulfill its promise because you did not have that self-belief in yourself. You didn't have that self-belief in yourself because of whoever this person is, or what. For some of you, the two groups are tying into one. Maybe you could be around a person that is very doubtful, or that tries to implant fear into you, or that tries to block you. I feel like someone's trying to block you. This is a 12th house energy. This could be a hidden enemy definitely an energy of past life here, but there's someone that may want to do the same things as you, but they're definitely sending out some sort of evil eye, and that they could have helped you at a point, but they chose not to because they want to keep you stuck and stagnant. And Spirit wants you to understand and ask yourself, why do I stay around these people that don't want the best for me? And why do I have this low self-worth when I know that I'm amazing, when I know that I'm dope at what I do? It's that energy, it's a frustration here. And it's about you moving away from this energy. And if it's you know, giving yourself that negative self-talk, it's about, because it is affecting your work. And you see how this man is looking in the air, he's got all these ideas, and it's like, you know, and for some of you it's like, I'm hearing like new love could be on the horizon. Some of you could be connected with a Pisces, or you could be a Pisces, or this new love may want to come in, but this person is not going to come in when you're still connected to this other individual. And for some of you, it could be a family member that keeps blocking your relationships. They don't want you to, unfortunately, I'm going to say it, they don't want you to find love. They don't want you to, they want to be the only one that's in a relationship. They don't want you to find love because how can I put it? Your energy is infectious. They secretly wish that they had what you possess. So anybody that comes around you, please take what resonates, because the group 1 could be tied into there's different groups, but this group 1 person that is, please take what resonates. This individual knows that you're infectious. You have an infectious personality. People are drawn to you. People find you, I'm hearing, sophisticated, sexy, exciting, energetic, very creative, very talented. But there's somebody that doesn't want other people to see you because they feel as though they lack the spark that resides within you. You know, your energy is very powerful, and very powerful in a way whereby it's electric. You know, you could be dressed down in like jeans and the top, and people will still be drawn to you. This person feels like they don't possess these same traits, and one of the ways that they want to try and dim your light, see the fire there, is by not offering you something, maybe love, maybe a job opportunity, or wanting you to be alone, wanting you to struggle financially. This could be a fear for some of you that this person may feel like you deserve hard luck, you do not deserve abundance, and they know that with your talent, with your skills, it will lead to abundance, and they are energetically, for some of you, putting a blockage on this, not trying to hide you, not wanting you to be seen so that nobody recognizes your worth. And I'm hearing eclipse. They feel like once you know your worth, or once you leave them, you're going to eclipse them. Please take how that resonates. Also feel how this is and this could be separate, how this blockage is affecting you, and this could be a way of being, a way of thinking. You could have so much ideas, but you could be sitting on them due to you not having faith within yourself. Spirit is saying you need to do the self work, you need to do the inner work on yourself, do shadow work, ask yourself questions. Why do I believe that I cannot achieve my dreams? And then you could think to yourself, oh, when I was younger, my father or my grandfather or my mother told me that I will never amount to nothing, and I believed it. Or they always blame me for everything, and I took the blame even though I knew it wasn't me that done. You know, it could be things like that. Or people used to always get chosen over me, you know, when I was younger at school, or the teachers didn't like me, or my parents used to choose my sibling over me, or they never acknowledged that's, you understand what I mean, Pawan? Like, you have to look into the past, because there's a lot of talents and it was overlooked, maybe by family members, maybe by people at school, maybe by this boss, and because you were always overlooked, you did not believe in your talents. Or when you were putting something out, or doing something, or performing, some of you could be dancers, you wasn't giving your best when you knew you had your best to give, but because you felt that you didn't get the feedback or the praise that you deserved, you felt, what's the point? So you went in with just giving half-hearted performances, half-hearted pulling back because feeling to yourself, what's the point? No one's going to respect this. And you may have been repeating what others were saying to you, or you may have, some of you could be in a relationship right now and you're choosing to stay in that relationship knowing the person's not going to give you what you want, because you may have waited a long time to connect with somebody, and it's almost as if you didn't want to prove other people right. Like you may have noticed that someone was relishing in the fact that you were single, or relishing in the fact that things always unfortunately didn't work out for you in a phase in your life. So this is why you may have chosen to stay, but you can still, start again and meet that person. But there's definitely an energy of you thinking that what you want to do is not going to bring you profit. And Spirit is also saying, do your research. And who told you that it's not going to bring you profit? Was it this boss? Was it this father, this grandfather? Who was it that told you this? Or you may feel like people of my culture don't do well in, of my culture don't do well in those roles. Who told you that? And if that is the case in the now, why can't you be the first? I'm sure Serena and Venus Williams, their father didn't care that they were the two black women, two black girls at the time that were doing a sport that wasn't for their culture, and they transcended the sport. Now Serena Williams is known as the greatest tennis person in history. There was a black female that done it before them that played in Wimbledon, but Serena Williams and Venus surpassed that woman. So there's something that it could be a thought pattern as well. You could be talking yourself out of going after something, though you're amazing at it. You could be talking yourself out of it, or a person could be talking you out of it. Oh, people in our family don't do well. Oh, that's for like people that's not of our kind, or people of your kind that, there's something here. And Spirit is saying, go back to the drawing board, go back to self, connect with yourself, pull your energy back and think about what you want. And if you are, I should say, passionate about this thing, then go after it, regardless if no one from your community or your city or town has done it before. You could be the first, right? And also take your energy away from anything or anyone that makes you feel bad about yourself. You need to start lifting yourself up, because I feel like this person takes it upon themselves to belittle you and make you feel bad about yourself, because they feel bad about themselves and their energy rubs off on you. And also I feel for some of you, there is a new beginning that you want to experience, because you may be going through something transformational that you wanted to avoid, and Spirit is keeping things still for you at the moment. You may want to move home, you may want to move to a new job, because Spirit doesn't want you to avoid the healing work, the grieving, and all of this will come. But also know why you're doing something. Do it for the right reasons. Be in alignment with it, because there's two sets of abundance. There's being emotionally and spiritually abundant, whereby you're happy, you're content, and then you can get that wealth, but you could be spiritually bankrupt. Spirit doesn't want that for you. And maybe in the past you've done things just for the sake of it, or just for the money, but you wasn't excited about what you were doing. And obviously we have to pay our bills, right? We need to keep our house going. But at the same time, Spirit wants you to not fear doing something you're creative in and making money, because you could feel like, I'm creative, I know I'm creative, but I will never make money out of that, so let me just stick to the same old when it's making you unhappy, when it's making you feel down. There's that you need to look at. Why can't you have it all? As well as trying to rush a new beginning without doing the healing work. Some of you could have come out of a relationship, for some of you, and trying to throw yourself into work so that you don't have to think about it. Having to think about it and having to work through it and move through it, and accepting help if needs be. So the last card is, how is this blockage, how can this blockage be healed? So we've got the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords speaks about somebody that's going through mental turmoil, and some of you could actually be going through mental turmoil, feeling, why is this person treating me the way that they are? What is it about me? Should I change myself? Spirit doesn't want you to change yourself for this individual. Spirit wants you to change yourself for you. Spirit wants you to see yourself as high value so that you don't feel the need to align with beings like this. This person is not on your frequency at all. It's almost as if they want to drag you down to where they reside, because they know that you stand higher. And I'm not saying we're better than people, but their energy is off. They have a lot of dark clouds around them that they refuse to work through, and they want to impart that pain and trauma onto you, which makes you feel bad about yourself. And you have your own things that you need to work through, you need to heal from, and taking on their energy, their toxic traits, is going to make matters worse for you. So realizing that what they're projecting onto you is not your stuff. It's issues that they refuse to work through, and they are fearful to work through. And it's so much easier to project onto you, they feel, because they see you as a compassionate, kind, dedicated person, which is very horrible and selfish for them to do. But it's about you still being in that energy, but taking back your power. Because the more you stay with them, the more you will be blocked, stuck and stagnant, trying to please them, make them love you. And then what then will happen is that time, your time that you could be putting into yourself, your self-love, your self-growth, will be depleted. And they will just be charged up and still going out there causing trauma to others. Because of your refusal to remove yourself from them, it's giving them more energy to continue and go, and they will then think that they can attract more others like yourself. Because look, my power number one stayed, so I can do what I want. You have to make that stand. Take back your power, and also work through your fears. Work through your fears of why you do not see yourself the way that other people do, in regards to your talents, in regards to your beauty, in regards, try and look at yourself as a third party. Look at your work. Look how you produce your work. Look at ways that you can actually gain traction for your work. Doesn't mean you have to go back to college. Do you need to do some research? You may want to sell your work. Look at the best options in order to sell your work. What online shops can you use? Who can you speak to? Who do you know that's doing the same things as you? Go on YouTube, do your research, get a notepad, get a pen, write out. It may take some time. Do a course. Some of you may have to do a course. Some of you may have to invest money to make money if you want to do something. So it's going to take you one step closer. Meditation will be very important for some of you as well. Clearing your energy from this person. Doing like protective meditation. I'm hearing bright white light meditations where you have like a protective shield over you, and because some of you can't escape this person, you may live with this person, you may work with this person, but for others of you, if you're in a relationship with this individual, you can detach yourself from this individual and do a protective meditative shield, do a protective meditation which protects you energetically from this individual, and you will start to feel that this person will start detaching from you. And obviously when you go through breakups with somebody, and I'm not saying you should break up with this individual, this is about you protecting self. This is about you working on yourself and doing what's best for you. This person's energy may shift, or you know, because right now you could be in alignment with them because they are feeling not worthy of self, and that's why they seek out others who they can make feel the same way. And I feel like you were soaring very high before you met this person, and they sucked, it's almost like they sucked the confidence out of you and injected it into themselves, if that makes sense. The energy vampire. They don't want to see other people happy because they're not happy. So Spirit is saying definitely work on the mind. Do the shadow work. Do meditations that can heal you. That can clear your mind so that you're not obsessively thinking about this person or what they said. And try and refocus on what you can do to make yourself feel better, and focus on what you can do to reach the goal that you want to attain. And that could be a goal in regards to moving job, or you know, how you can make money from a creative talent. Do I need to invest in, do I need to start saving? Some of you may want to travel the country, some of you may want to go on holiday, right? But you could be feeling overwhelmed. Oh, I need to stay at this job, or I need to stay at this. No, you don't. And if no one's saying you leave straight away, but look at ways that you can save money and still get to where you want to go. There's a way out. I feel like this person made you feel like there's no way out. There is a way out of this situation. You have to break free. They want to keep you stuck and trapped the way their mind is. They don't want you to break free because they know you have the potential to break free, and they know you have the potential to be everything they never could have been. Okay, so let's take a look at how you can break free from this blockage. By focusing on your goals, not being overwhelmed, because you may have, and I have a tendency to do this as well, pound number one, so this is for myself too, have too much things on the go, because then what can happen is that you can overwhelm yourself and then nothing gets done. Or you may start something and you could only finish a few things that you started because you started a few things at the same time. So just working on what's the most important thing that you feel is beneficial to you in the now. First things first should be self, your emotional, mental, spiritual and physical well-being, right? Let's see, it's a 7 of Cups. Your emotional, spiritual, physical, mental well-being. And then it could also represent, you know, the type of friends that you want to connect with, you know, maybe travel, and maybe a love partner, or the type of love partner that you want to attract. That could be done later on. So first and foremostly, Spirit is asking you how one of the ways you can, remove yourself from these blockages is by working on yourself, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and your physical way of being. This could be done through, Reiki healing. This could be done through therapy. I'm an advocate for therapy. This could be done through, I'm hearing creative therapy. Like for some of you, you may find that beneficial. Inner child wound healing therapy as well. They've got many videos on YouTube that is brilliant. I can't remember the woman's name. When I find the name, I will link her name in the description box below, where you connect with your inner child, where all the things that you wanted to do as a child you felt was taken away from you, you felt was blocked, so maybe trying to live those things out. Like even me personally, I was thinking I need to get myself a box of Lego. I never had a box of Lego when I was younger. Me and my sister didn't really have toys for Christmas. We didn't, we got socks and church clothes for Christmas. We didn't get toys, right? So I like playing board games as an adult. I like badminton because maybe I'm looking at these things and thinking maybe because when I was younger I didn't have these things. So we only would get Barbies if my grandmother on my mum's side would buy it for our birthday, and then sometimes we were told not to play with it or whatever, or because I was so excited I ended up breaking the leg or something. But we didn't get toys. We grew up with our grandparents, our dad's dad and his wife. We grew up with them, so you can just imagine. But I'm grateful that me and my sisters are here. Had he not taken us, but at the same time we things were taken from us at the same time, but not having a happy childhood, so that's why I try and make sure my children are at peace and happy, because I know how it felt to walk on eggshells. I know how it felt to not be wanted in someone else's house. You know what I mean? And I didn't have certain toys and stuff, so that's why I always said, oh, I want to get myself Lego. Why? As a big 40-year-old, but then it rained on me. And Legos for anyone, you know, the small Legos. I like playing board games. I like, you know, all these different types of things. So doing inner child wound healing work will be beneficial. I feel like painting, singing, dancing as well, expressing yourself, making the body fluid. I'm looking at the snake there as well. Not being fearful as well of connecting with other creative people as well, not thinking everyone's out there to get you. Maybe in the past you could connected with a creative boss, or thinking that that person was going to help you, and they ended up just being a complete utter snake. And you know, I feel like this is about, once you work on yourself, then other things will start coming to you, because that blockage would be removed, is what I'm picking up. So how can you remove this blockage? For some of you, this is about celebrating more, going out with your friends more, maybe moving home, the Four of Wands, and just going out more and having a good time. Maybe some of you have just felt so isolated, so, you know, felt that everything was just going wrong. And, you know, this is about maybe connecting with new friends or connecting with old friends from the past. This is about enjoying yourself, spending more time outside, you know, maybe going to theatres, maybe going to the circus, maybe going to, you know, events that you are invited to, is what I'm picking up. This is how you can, you know, this is how you can remove the blockages. Yeah, definitely. We have the Chariot cards. This is about moving away from, some of you, you know, Spirit is saying to move out of a home. And obviously I don't want to say just move out if you haven't got anywhere to go, but this is why you could think about, how am I going to get myself to that next step? Some of you, March is a deadline, you know, maybe saving, and it doesn't have to be, you know, some of you may decide to move abroad, or this is about moving towards something, is what I'm picking up. Some of you can get a new car, I don't know, but that's what's coming here with the Chariot. Or moving forward with your goals, with your dreams, your creative dreams, moving forward with your creative dreams, because you do have a lot of creative ideas, but again, make sure that you're not doing everything at the same time. Having that confidence and moving forward with those creative dreams, because you will gain satisfaction out of what you want to go after, and stability. Saving your money as well is what Spirit is saying, even if it's a little as £1 or $1 if you're in America. Saving your money, because in the future it will bring you great abundance. And investing in yourself as well, investing in yourself, doing the shadow work. This is like Cancer, Scorpio energy. Scorpio is 8th house energy. 8th house describes, you know, we had a new moon in Scorpio, didn't we? And, you know, new moons are all about new beginnings. We had, you know, 8th house talks about death, rebirth, taxes, other people's money, and money owed to you. So looking at your finances, saving as well, because Scorpio and Taurus are opposing it, they oppose each other, right? Looking at your finances, looking at what needs to be paid, keeping on top of things as well, because maybe this person may have made you feel like, oh, you'll never survive without me, but you can, you know. Saving your money, showing this is the rebirth of you, you know, stepping out. See how her soul is coming out in this card. It's about transforming from the old version of you and stepping into the newfound version of you. This person, whoever this people is, they may have a way of being, expecting you to be, you know, stagnant and stuck. This is about you evolving, right? And even for those of you that I mentioned about being in a certain way of being and feeling like, you know, they're not connecting with the people they want to connect with, and having to look at the way in which one acts towards others. This is about, you know, you actually moving out of that energy, right? Moving out of that energy and stepping into a new energy. So this could be a very transformational period for you also. Releasing that old way of being because it wasn't serving you. You know, it was not serving you, and it's about you. I'm hearing for some of you, you mothering yourself, because maybe some of you may feel like you have to be in this energy, for those of you that resonate with that group 2 I was talking about, because you didn't gain the love that you desired when you were growing up, maybe from a father figure. And it's about you're going to repel people if you stay in this energy, and there could be an anger within, anger with a male figure, because you did not receive something you felt that you deserved from this person. And it's like you could be oblivious. That is very loud. You could be oblivious to the fact that you are treating other people this way, but it's because there's a hidden anger that's not being reflected back onto you, that you're not becoming aware of, because you're refusing to connect with yourself. But it then makes you treat others and talk to others in a certain way that you're not aware of. And it's about you giving the love to yourself that you felt that you didn't receive, and that can heal that wound for some of you. We have 3 of Cups. This is about connecting with your true soul tribe. Some of you have sisters that you are close to, or friends that are like sisters. Connecting with them more, not being a stranger. And we have the Empress card as well, nurturing yourself, mothering yourself, birthing that new project, birthing that new goal. Some of you could actually be giving birth. Focusing on that, focusing on mothering yourself, treating yourself with kindness, hugging yourself, telling yourself how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, looking after yourself from within, eating the right fruits and vegetables. And I'm not really a fruit person, right? But looking after yourself, connecting to the heart of yourself, treating your body as the, amazing body that it is. You want your body to grow. It's the same way people look after their car. You have to look after your body the same way, right? Drinking more water, sleeping when you're tired, having those naps, beautifying yourself. It doesn't mean that you're vain. It just means that you take great care in your appearance. Nurturing yourself. And some of you, this is the side note, you will, we have K2 in Libra, I believe. And we have Venus in Libra at the moment, I believe. And it's conjunct. And this is about someone from the past coming back in. And this person, because the Empress card is Libra and Taurus energy, this could be that same person I was talking about. They may want to come back in. And I feel for some of you, this could be someone from the past life. Doesn't mean this person is a romantic person that's supposed to stay in your life. This person was here to teach you a lesson of how to love yourself, because after the transit ends, this person may, you could be called to move away from this person after this transit ends, because K2 is always about who we were and what we were around in the past, and moving away from that and stepping into our our North Node. And North Node's in Aries right now. And Aries and Libra oppose each other. They're opposite each other. North Node is about the future. So you, at this time, are called to be more assertive, more confident. Some of you may have to take up some sort of martial arts, some sort of combat sport. Because remember... or do some sort of martial arts for exercise. Or some of you could be doing martial arts. And this is going to serve you well. So you're able to release this repressed energy. This will serve you well. This is a part of self-care. Because exercise is good for the mental health as well. 9 of Swords. But I feel like for some of you, in group 2, I'm here to have a cup of tea. Maybe because I'm having a cup of tea. I'm having a cup of cinnamon tea. Maybe drink teas that's also going to help calm your mind. There's a lot of teas out there. At the moment, I'm drinking cinnamon tea, and it's just amazing. It's gone a bit cold. I have to heat it back up, but it's lovely. But just like maybe calamine tea for some of you before bed. Just do a bit of meditation, listen to peaceful music in the morning. Have a nice cup of tea. do some meditation, do some journaling, write about how you feel, connect with your emotions, do some prayers if you pray, sit with your emotions, and just cleanse yourself before you start the day. That can be something that some of you can do, and get that body moving, connecting with friends or sisters, and nurturing oneself, doing things that make you feel good, make you look good as well, right? And I feel like once you connect with yourself, eventually, if you know, and Spirit's urging you in the now to be by yourself with the Ace of Wands. Some of you may fear being by yourself, and that's why you're staying with this person. And it's okay to be by yourself, because eventually you will connect with the right one. This person could be a Taurus or a Libra, this new person that you could connect with. Or a Cancer. We got Cancer here twice. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus. But there's something that needs to be released. If you're mourning a relationship that's ended, this is about you looking at nurturing and loving yourself. You could miss this person, you could want this person. There's been a transformation, there's been an ending. Not judging yourself, not being too harsh on yourself, and pouring your energies into yourself and into your projects and into the connections that matter to you and that are there for you, and being of support to yourself and to others, right? And moving forward from anything or anyone who no longer serves you. Pile number 1, that was your reading. I will speak to you soon. Peace out. Let's move on to pile number 2, please. And let's see, pile number 2, what is the main blockages limiting your growth? Okay, so we have the Two of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Seven of Swords. So clearly this is saying to me, because we've got 2 swords here and 2 wands cards here, this is saying to me that you want to expand your knowledge, and there's an energy of you here wanting to escape, wanting to expand your knowledge, wanting to travel, but feeling as though maybe the environment that you're in is not allowing you to. So this does speak about maybe feeling blocked and trapped because of your environment. Because look how she's holding the light bulbs. You are highly intelligent, and you could be around very manipulative people, or a manipulative person, and you are aware of what this person's trying to do. They're trying to do things that are underhanded, but what is done in the dark will be caught in the light. This person could be very underhanded, and they're preventing your growth. This could be somebody at university or college or work. You know, they could be a work colleague that is trying to, there's some sort of chaos, because we've got the we've got the swords. Swords represent the mental. 7 is a spiritual number. You know, when I think of 7, I think of Pisces, and I feel like, and obviously Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is all about dreams, illusions, fantasy. So there's someone that's trying to manipulate the mind, or someone that has manipulated others within an environment. You want to break free from this environment. It's not serving you. Yes, you felt that going to this place of learning was going to enhance your knowledge, but you're in that understanding of, or you could be coming into that understanding of, hold on a minute, the knowledge resides within me. Everything I thought I can gain from this, I can learn on my own. And I'm not saying that in a conceited way that we can just learn by ourselves, we don't need anyone. But I'm saying it in a way, pile number 2, because you are very intelligent. Some of you could be born on the 7th day. Some of you can be born on the 2nd. My Page of Swords is my Libra card. Some of you could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus. And I feel like whatever environment you are in, it's not giving you food to your soul or food to your mind. So you are forced to learn yourself. And through learning yourself, you're realizing that you knew more than others, or the person that you were going to learn from, or the company that you are working for. And it's almost like you're feeling, I can do this on my own. You may be looking at how people are running things. You may be looking at how a business owner is doing things, and it's not ethical. So it's forcing you to teach yourself something, or it's forcing you to a newfound way of thinking that you may not have thought of before. So in a way, you're quite thankful, even though the environment or the situation is making you feel trapped and stuck and unable to expand, but you're thankful for the experience, because had you not experienced what you experienced, you would have known that there's people out there like that, and B, it may not have pushed you towards learning and expanding your own knowledge for yourself, because then you would have stayed in a situation and maybe still been on that level. But because of this lack of giving to what you wanted to gain from this environment, it's forced you to learn, and you've had like a mental breakthrough, like you've had a aha moment, and now you can't stop learning. You just can't stop learning, and you may want to learn about everything about this particular thing, or you may, because you've encountered this individual, you may want to learn about that type of personality type. I want to study psychology. I want to learn more about people like this, or how is there a cure for people like this, or there's something here. But there is an energy of you feeling quite trapped and restricted in your environment and wanting to break free. Maybe for some of you, you may have went to boarding school when you were younger, and it's reminding you of boarding school, but it could be your environment. You could be yearning to go to somewhere hot. Some of you could be ethnic, and you may want to go back to your motherland, because you may feel like your environment is just surrounded by people that, I don't know, it's people that don't understand you. And maybe in the past you may have rejected your past, but now that you're around a specific type of people, it's making you want to reconnect with. So what's blocking you? I'm hearing for some of you money. You may feel like it's money because there is a lack of money, which is allowing you to travel, allowing you to go. For some of you also, there's a very sneaky energy. And also for some of you, I'm hearing it could be you that's in this sneaky energy. Some of you may want to break free from a relationship, and Spirit is saying that it's about being authentic and true and speaking your truth about wanting to go. And obviously some of you may feel like, oh my god, it's going to cause so much drama, but Spirit is saying you can word it how you want to word it, but if you're not happy where you are, then instead of sneaking away, be upfront and say, look, I need to go. Or you may feel uncomfortable because you don't want to hurt the other person by getting into the ins and the outs, but how is the person going to learn? But it depends on what type of personality you're dealing with. But you may feel as if you can gain more knowledge elsewhere. Maybe you feel like you can gain more knowledge in another university, another college, another workplace, or another environment. Maybe this could be about you getting on with your manager, or not getting on with your manager. For some of you, getting on with your landlord, but still not being happy with the flat that you rented. But you feel like, but this person has helped me so much, they've given me discounted price for years, or there's something here, but at the same time you're not happy with where you are. And it's about being open. You may not because you may have a good relationship with this person, or you may not. The bottom line is you are not happy within your environment, and you may feel like you can thrive better elsewhere. So it's about being open and upfront and saying, I'm moving on. Like I said, you may not have to go into detail as to why, but just having that acceptance within self of, I'm not happy where I am. I can't thrive here. And again, for some of you, it could be a new home. Some of you want to move into a home, and what's blocking you could definitely be your environment, who you are around. The area that you live in could be surrounded by a lot of toxic people, a lot of criminals, and just a lot of low vibrational people, and you feel like, I don't fit in here because what I want to do requires me to be in a space that is more positive, or that is more peaceful, more quiet. And even if it is peaceful and quiet, you can still feel the energies around you that is not in alignment with you and what you stand for. And it's that knowing of, I need to get out of here, I need to do something about it. So I feel for some of you, it's definitely your home environment your living space, your I'm hearing you could have jealous people around you, 7 of Swords, untrustworthy people around you, your workplace, your place of learning as well. Okay, so let's see, how is this emotional block affecting your relationships? 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords, 10 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like with the 10 of Wands, how it's affecting your relationships is that, you know, the reading is called what is the main blockage limiting you, and I feel like the 10 of Wands is about blockages. So it's affecting your relationships because you may not want people to come around your house because you don't like your environment. You may feel as if you are doing too much work as well, and you know you could have a lot of work being placed upon you. There's a lot of demands being placed upon you, and it's leaving you too tired to even connect with friends and family. You may want to do other things, but you may feel like you have no energy to do other things because this environment that you're around, whether it's at work or etc., is making you feel like you're tied to it. Even when you're away from it, you feel energetically tied to it because you just feel like it's very toxic and it's not allowing you to enjoy your family. You may feel like you could have a happier family, but you could not be spending enough time with your family because you have to do so much work at this workplace, or B, it's making you snap at your family because of this person. This could be a boss, or you and your family could feel, you may feel like your family and yourself deserve much better than this environment that you are living in, because you could be in a home where it's quite restrictive for some of you, or it's not allowing you to create because of the environment, the neighbors, the people in the area. Despite you having a happy family life with inside of your home, you are still aware and can still feel the energies around you, and it's making you maybe detach from the things that you enjoy doing. Maybe you are a person that likes to have a lot of people over, or maybe you are a person that likes to connect with your family, but because of work purposes you aren't able to connect with family, or because of your work environment, when you come home you're more snappy because your boss is snapping at you, which is making you transfer that energy. And also for some of you, because of your neighbors or your environment, you may not want other people to pick up on the same negative toxic energy that you have around you, so it could make you feel uncomfortable, restricted within your environment, so you're not able to expand and enjoy yourself at home. And that could be for work or your home life. Some of you like to study, but you may feel like you can't study because the Queen of Swords, we've got the Queen of Swords, we've got the Page of Swords, and when I see the Queen of Swords, I sometimes think of Libra, but I more think of Gemini, and Gemini rules the 3rd house of siblings and your neighbors. So you may be feeling like you can't enjoy your home because of your neighbors, and you may not get on with your neighbors as well, because you may find your neighbors to be quite restrictive, or they're not part of your soul tribe, they're not part of your soul family. And I also feel like, because in some decks the Page of Swords is like a spying card, so for some of you, you could feel like you're being watched. You could feel like your neighbor could be watching your, like, listen, or and there's things that you may want to do, but you may feel like you can't because your neighbor's always keeping an eye on you. You don't trust your neighbor, you don't trust the people around you. But I feel like because of this card representing the 3rd house, which rules the neighborhood and siblings, you may feel like you can't trust your neighbor. Maybe you may want to do something in your home, you may want to have a party, there's something you may want to do, but you feel like you're being watched. You can't feel comfortable. These people are not part of your soul tribe, you may feel like your place is too crowded, it's too, you could be sharing a room with a friend, and you may feel like you can't study because it's just, your friend may always have people around, and they may always bring people that are questionable. Their personality traits could be quite questionable, I should say, in the nicest way. And you may feel like it's time for me to move on, it's time for me to move out. It could be a landlord. Maybe you and the landlord got on, but there's something around your needs not being met. Maybe a workplace or a place that you went to go and learn, university or college, there's an energy here that is not in alignment with you, which you may feel is not allowing you to expand on your knowledge. You're not picking up any type of breakthrough within this, and you always feel like there's a weight on your shoulders every time you're in this environment. You feel restricted, you feel bounded, you feel trapped, and that's not to say that you're not doing things for yourself, but it's almost like you have to snatch minutes, snatch hours to quickly learn something, to quickly do something, and you are in the known of, this is not how it's supposed to be. People don't live like this, you know what I mean? And you want to break free, you want to move away, you're fed up, but you may not admit it to yourself, because this way of being, of how you've been living up until this point has been the norm to you. But you know that out there somewhere there's happier days ahead, but right now, you may feel like this is a distant memory, because you could be feeling like your dreams cannot be realized, and it could be affecting your relationship with yourself. Your dreams cannot be realized if you stay in this environment, and your dreams could be in regards to your career, in regards to having a happy family, in regards to learning. It's just it can seem so small to others, but to you, this thing that's making you feel uncomfortable is restricting a lot of different areas of your life. And Spirit is saying that it's time to take action, speak your truth if you need to, or actually take action. Okay, so let's take a look at how is this blockage how can you break free from this blockage? 8 of Wands, speak your truth, speaking your truth. And that's what I mentioned. 8 of Wands is that Mercury in Sagittarius card. Sagittarius's energy is all about, speaking their truth, right? Taking on that Sagittarian energy. And sometimes Sagittarius is, I remember my fiance, he had the Mercury in I say he because he passed away in July, but he had a Mercury in Sagittarius, and he was just, whatever he says, whatever he sees, he says. What they see, they say in it. And I'm not saying that, I'm saying be quite mindful, because I put this 8 of Wands card on top of the 10 of Wands. So not restrict your thoughts and your words. Speak your truth, no doubt. But if I was to say how to say it, I wouldn't say express yourself in a Mercury conjunct Saturn way, because that's going to be like, it's going to hit a wallop, right? I'll say express yourself, right, in a Mercury sextile way, because when we have a sextile, it smooths things out, right? You get to the point, and you could be so disrespectful sometimes, but it's your mannerisms, it's the way you're saying it can seem non-confrontational, because if someone feels like they're being confronted, they're going to try and confront you back, right? But if you say it in a way where it's direct, it's not threatening to anyone, you're not disrespecting them, you're just speaking your truth, they've heard you, you can walk away, you don't have to look over your shoulder, because they're not going to try and chase you down the road. You just said what you needed to say, they heard you, right? So Mercury sextile Mercury, right? I say, or this could be like a Mercury opposed Mercury. Yeah, someone that maybe the person that you are thinking of. I'm thinking Gemini here. I said sextile because it could be like Libra. You may decide to, how you can help yourself is, again, by speaking your truth and being direct. When you think about oppositions, okay, they're both going to have opposing views, right? But making it known in their head why the situation is not benefiting you anymore. This could be a friend, and you and this person could have been friends from, like, you could be in university with this friend, and it's like, oh, we've just bought this house, but you're not really feeling the type of people she's bringing around. This person may not be paying their way. They could be leaving you with all the bills to pay, or they may not be helping with the food shopping. There's something here, but you really get on with this person because in year one this person may have helped you out, or you helped each other out with your work, but it's like, do I really need this? Or I can move in with other friends, and you could be looking at other friends at university and seeing how they're getting on and thinking, how come they're getting on well in that house? They bought that house together, everyone's getting on, they're all chipping in. How come I'm having it like this? Or this person may be bringing people around where they're having parties all night and you can't even do your work, right? There's something around that. It's about speaking your truth. Maybe it's like a yearning. Oh, wow, I wish I could live with these people. I wish I could, this is about speaking your truth, stating that I can't really work like this. And you don't want to see like a Debbie Downer, but you could feel like your friend is really going down another road. They're slacking in regards to doing their homework. They're not coming into lectures. It's a lot of things going on, and you may have tried to help them, but they're just acting like you are annoying right now. But you are feeling like, I just have to focus on myself, right? This is for those of you that resonate with sharing, maybe a house with another friend at uni. And I feel like just speaking your truth of maybe looking for somewhere else to live, and then maybe, or just telling your friend like, I'm thinking that maybe I should move out. But this is a type of friend that may say, oh, what can I do, right? And they may change for a bit and it's back to square one, right? This is a type of friend I feel that could be high all the time. They could be drunk and they just spend all their money on that, or partying or whatever. So maybe you spoke to them, maybe you didn't. If you didn't, then speak to them and say, this is what's going to happen if things continue, because I need to get my degree. If they still don't take heed, then start looking for somewhere else to live. Maybe you have other friends, they may have a spare room. Ask around, and then when the time comes, you move and you say, I did say to you that I'm going to, it may cause a bit of an effect on your relationship, but you're carrying this around and it's causing a lot of stress. For some of you, if it's a work situation, this is about maybe looking for another job, especially if you find that this, it could be a boss, it could be your work colleagues. I feel like a boss could be giving you too much work. You're taking this work home. You're still working at home, you're not being able to spend time with your family, or they could be snapping at you and then you're being quite snappy and cold towards your family. This could also be in regards to being in a environment where you just feel like it's toxic. This could be where you could be learning something, because Page of Swords could also be a student. You could be learning something, but this is not the right environment. You may feel that's going to help you to expand. So, you could research on where to find what you're looking for online. Once you find what you're looking for, then you tell whoever you are with in the now that you're moving forward. You can decide if you want to tell them the reasons why or not, because some people don't want to be told that they're running their business unethical, right? So you could just say, oh, I'm moving forward. You can decide how you want to word it, but just let them know that you're moving forward, because that's about you taking back your power and you knowing that you do not deserve to be in an environment like that. And being in an environment like that is not going to help your growth. It's going to actually hinder you. And it will be more beneficial for your family life as well, because you'll be more happier. You can spend more time with your family, and you'll just be more happier at home, as opposed to fretting about going back into that environment, which is not going to make you happy. Okay, so let's take a look some more. How can you heal from this blockage? Knight of Pentacles. You will feel like definitely, because my Knight of Pentacles card is like a slow, for everyone, right, that does tarot, it's the slowest moving knight. In a love reading, okay, he may take a long time. Knight of Pentacles could be someone that's got there could be a Capricorn with Venus in Capricorn. They take so long, but they are loyal and they are stable once they get around to coming your way. So this could indicate that how you can heal from these blockages is that you may start finding that the blockages ease, because if you were in an environment and you were hoping for a work sorry, you were hoping for a pay rise. This to me, sorry, I should say, what's the question? How will the blockage be, how can you heal from this blockage? Okay. By removing yourself from, like, if you're in a job that you're feeling like, I'm not going to advance here, or whatever the case is, you can go into something more long term, because in the now you could be in a role that they always, change they always chop and change their employees all the time, or there's no prospects, there's no goals, is what I'm picking up. And once you make that move, and by all means look for something new, I should have added that, I think I added that, I'm not sure, before you move forward, because you don't want to jump into something and you don't leave a job and then you're struggling for the next month. You do need to pay your bills and look after your family if you've got children. But whatever you will move towards, Spirit is saying, make sure that it is profitable, it has a pension plan in place. You can do it in the future. You will enjoy it as well. I'm hearing some of you may want to go into teaching, is what I'm picking up. Knight of Pentacles. And also with the Knight of Pentacles card, I did hear that some of you, if you stay in this environment, you're going to continue to feel trapped, blocked and stuck. And this is not that question. This is about how you can remove these blockages, but at the moment I'm feeling that a lot of things are slow moving for you, and it's not allowing you to expand. And here, slow and steady wins the race. So take your time in regards to knowing what you're going to say to this boss, to this flatmate, in regards to moving home, because some of you want to move home. Don't rush at the first opportunity that you're given. Do your research, take your time, save your money as well. Make long-term goals as to where you want to go, and make a step-by-step plan as to how you want to attain it. So for instance, if you want to connect with a new business partner, you could be working with a business partner that may have promised you something and they're not fulfilling their promise. Do your research on other managers, bosses, or whoever you want to connect with, right? And read their reviews. Look at their success stories. Don't just jump into something. Look at their success stories. Look at what the talents that you've got, and look to see if they can be in alignment with that, if they can help you, if they can enhance you in some way, right? This could also be in regards to a partner. Okay, some of you could be single right now and feeling like, oh, I want to date, but I don't want to date because there's no one out there like me. If you do date people, when you're talking to them, listen to what they're saying. Are they saying that they want to settle down? I mean, the first, date, people don't necessarily want to talk about that, right? That happens like maybe 6 months after you gauge kind of like where they want the relationship to go. So it's about, if you go on a couple of dates with this person, right, if you like them, right, or other people, by all means be safe when you go out on a date, but make sure that they are in alignment with you as well. Where do they see themselves being single for a long time? Do they want to settle down? Do they want to move in, or they want a partner to move in with them? Do they want to own their own property? Do they want to get married? Do they want to have kids? Look for these signs as well before you jump in to a situation, and don't just write something off and say, oh, there's no one out there for me, there's no one that wants to get married, there's no one. There are men or women out there that want these things, and I feel like you've been shutting yourself off, maybe due to bad experiences, or maybe just feeling like, at my age, or whatever the case is, or I'm not going to find anyone right now, because maybe you've been focused a lot on your career, and now you may feel like, oh, everyone's taken, everyone that I know is married, but there are other people. There are people out there that want what you want. So not having that type of mindset, removing that mindset of feeling like there's not enough, removing that mindset of feeling like I'll never meet, right? The Knight of Pentacles now, and also taking your time, not rushing into a relationship and hoping that you're going to get these things straight away. And you could be dating someone right now and you could be feeling it's not going to work. Like, give the situation some time, right? Just wait. Because you could have been dating this person for like, I don't know, like 7 months, 6 months, right? I did say after that time you kind of gauge, or you could be dating this person. This person may have come out of a long-term relationship themselves and they're still healing from it. It doesn't mean that they don't want these things with you, but you can gauge from their behavior and their way of being and through the things that they say if they want these things later on down the line, you know. Because sometimes people's mind changes. Maybe they said, oh, you know, I don't want to get married, or, you know, this, that and the other. For instance, with me personally, my fiance, he was married before, and we didn't even talk about marriage. It didn't even come to mind, right? But he used to say, I'll never get married again. And obviously when I'm hearing that, I'm thinking like, whoa, I've never been married, right? So I used to think like, okay, that's obviously out of the question, isn't it? And then when he did propose to me, he got on his knee, and I was like, I said, what are you doing? That's my initial, I said, is this a joke? And he's like, no, I said, what are you doing on the floor? It's like, would you be my wife? I was like, what? Because in my head, I'm thinking about the year before, after he came out of that divorce, he was like, I'm never getting married again. And so I was like, whoa, it must have been a really traumatic experience. So I never even mentioned it because I didn't want to put that pressure. Obviously I wanted to, because I've always wanted to get married, right? That's been a dream of mine since I was little. And then when I met him, it was like, I knew that I loved him probably before he knew he loved me, right? But I just thought, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. And if I say that, it means I want to marry that person, right? But I didn't say it to him, right? But he asked me, and I just thought, is this really happening, type of thing, based off what he said. But again, I didn't push the agenda. We was just, you know, happy with how we were, how things were. And then he felt, you know, the shift, and then asked me. So like I said, you will see in the way someone acts, with if they're in alignment with you, and then if once they feel that need, then they'll make that choice, right? It doesn't need to be probed, it doesn't need to be pushed, right? And if they don't, then you will have to decide whether or not you want to stay in that situation if they don't want to get married. But you always have to meet your needs, as long as it's not hurting anyone or yourself, right? But you need your needs to be met. So if marriage is what you want and you're with somebody that's not going to give that to you, as much as, you know, you could be getting on or whatever, there are other people that will give you what you want as well. But there could be a fear of, oh well, what if we don't get on the way me and you might get on better, you know? So it's about not limiting yourself, right? So how you can remove these blockages is not taking slow as well, not staying in situations that are outdated. Because when I think of the Knight of Pentacles, I think of Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy is that slow pace energy, you know. Capricorns are all about, you know, restrictions, blockages, right? Karma. And Spirit is saying, if you stay in this situation because you could be so used to it, and that could be a situation in regards to work, career, relationship, whatever the case may be, your home life as well, you're going to keep staying stuck in this cycle until you learn the lessons, right? And still feeling trapped, still feeling stuck, still feeling blocked as well. So it's about breaking yourself out of this cycle. Okay, so how can you release this blockage? So we got the Five of Pentacles now. You know, Five of Pentacles speaks about feeling left out in the cold. So I feel like this is more you feeling bad about making someone else feel this way. And it's about you looking at, it's not about you, intentionally wanting someone to feel left out in the cold. You may have felt left out in the cold when this person or whoever, this workplace dynamic, this landlord connection, this flatmate situation, housemate, this neighbours, this relationship. And as I said, 5 people, and this is 5 of Pentacles, so it could be all people, right? You may have felt left out in the cold because you may have felt like, you know, and also picking up for some of you are wanting to connect with your true soul tribe, and you could be feeling, why am I always connecting with these strange people? Why am I always connecting with people that are like me? And I'm not saying that we are conceited, everyone has to be like us. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you connect with people, there's an energy of there's an energy of people trying to mirror your energy, and that's so scary. I remember one of my sisters said, I haven't seen Hitch with Will Smith, but I remember in that film he mirrors, she said that he mirrors, because I had broken up with a guy at the time and he was a narcissist, right? And I remember telling one of my sisters about it, and she said, she gave me that example of Hitch when Will Smith was, you know, dating a lot of women, and she said he mirrored their personality, and she was basically trying to say that that was my experience, right? And when I look back at it, the person who I was dating at the time was doing that, because I like 90s R&B, right? And I used to like, you know, 90s R&B, yes, for sure, but I used to like, you know, some NSYNC song. I don't know if some of you grew up during like those times, early 2000, late 90s. NSYNC song, some of Britney Spears songs. I used to like watching CD UK. For those of you that live in England, you will know what I'm talking about. Top of the Pops, things like that I grew up on, right? This guy and this, there was a music show on Channel 4 with Nikita and Simon, right? I used to like these things, and I used to watch Making a Band, Puff Daddy's Making a Band, and this person, and Top Model. This person that I was dating was saying all the same things. We're on the phone for hours. We're doing accents, because he said I'm animated, like, so we're doing accent. He's doing it as well. We're talking about Top Model. We're talking about all the stuff that, but yes, he knew what these shows were, but it was almost like he liked it more, or was pretending to like it more than he did, because I liked it. So he was mirroring me. When I got into a deep relationship with him, he just changed, and it was almost like all the things we bonded over was non-existent, because it was his way in, you know. And that's what I feel like, you could connect with people that, you know, they're drawn to your energy, you know, your exuberance, your playfulness, your fun, like your carefree ways, and they mirror that, because there's a darkness within them that they're trying to work through. I wouldn't even say every hour, I'll say every minute or every second of the day. So when they see you, it's almost like they seek you out, or others like you out. Narcissistic energy comes to mind, and you represent something youthful and playful to them, a connection within themselves that they find hard to attain, right? And when you are friends with this individual, or in a relationship with this individual, they mirror you, so that you feel like you found a kindred soul. You may feel like you found someone that you can connect with. You may feel like you found like your soul brother, your soul sister, your soul mate, your relationship, your romantic soulmate. And then what happens is that they do something to leave you out in the cold, because their mask would have slipped. They were never that way inclined. They were trying to use your energy and recycle it, so that they could be in your energy and embody your energy to be you. It's so crazy for that time to gain a sense of happiness, because when they see you, you represent joy, you represent someone that is in love with life. And some of you are like, but life is so tough for me right now. I get that, but you don't radiate that. You radiate light, you know, and they are trying to find their light. And then what then happens is that when they're with you, because they are in this energy of being false, the facade, you know, it wavers, the mask drops, as I mentioned, and then they feel they have no choice but to shut you out, or to expose their true self. And they feel like if you know who they are, they truly are, you will put them in the Five of Pentacles. So they try and do things to put you in the Five of Pentacles first. If they find out that I'm not who I pretended I was, they're going to leave me out in the cold. So they will intentionally sabotage the connection, due to fear of you finding out that they were false all along. They were never showing up to you in your life as authentic. And Spirit doesn't want you to connect with these people anymore. Spirit wants you to look at the signs. Part number 2. These people show you signs in the beginning, and you may choose to ignore the signs. Page of Swords. You may choose to ignore the signs. There's little nudges from the universe. Did he really say that? Did she really say that? Why did she take my last piece of bread? I mean, that's just something. That's just, you know, there's little things that they may do. There's little things that they may say. How they speak to you. Their actions. Or how they can't come down to see you, but you have to come down to see them. There's a lot of different things, and it's always one-sided. You know, when I think of the Page of Swords, I think of Libra. Libra has those scales. The scales are always unbalanced in regards to connections with these individuals, but you may have always sidestepped these imbalanced scales because you're wanting this 10 of Cups, to connect with my soul tribe, to connect with my soulmate, and there's an eagerness there which they can sense and feed off of. But in the end, it will only lead you in the 5 of Pentacles, which then lets you feel to yourself, and then you look back on, okay, they did that and they did this. Spirit doesn't want you to have to go through the friendship review or the relationship review. They want you to review it before it happens and gets to the 5 of Pentacles for you. And Spirit is not saying walk around being paranoid, but you know when you know. If it's a thing of you feeling that turn in your stomach, why do they say that? Why do they do that? Or, oh, I was only joking. Was it really a joke? How they talk about others, how they treat others, what they've done to others, and they're basically telling you what they're going to do to you later on. So these are the things that you have to pay attention to. Do they show up? Are they always taxing on your energy? That ex-partner that I had that was a narcissist, he was phoning me constantly, and at the time I'm thinking, oh, he loves me. It wasn't he loved me, it was more he's trying to control me. He wants to keep me reliant on him, on his energy. So when we did end and he left me in the 5 of Pentacles, I was craving for those phone calls, and we were chatting a load of shit it was just him complaining about life, but I was so consumed with his energy that I still needed to hear those complaints, because it will mean that we're connected. Can you imagine how sick that is? Luckily that was years ago. That was like 2010, right? Or 2016, sorry. So we're coming up nearly 10 years. Thank Spirit, guys. But it shouldn't have to get to that. It's all designed to feed their soul. It's all designed to, I'm hearing, to take from you, to build themselves up, to feed their soul, right? And Spirit doesn't want you to be in that energy of feeling I shoulda, woulda, coulda, I could have, I saw, I didn't, and knowing that you can connect with other people that are like-minded souls like you, and even if they're not in your life right now, Spirit or God or whoever you believe in will eventually align you with these people. And that could be a fear from you to be alone, because then you won't connect with these people. I mean, you could fear being alone because you may feel like I won't be able to connect with anyone, but sometimes it's better to be alone than connect with the wrong one. And how you can free yourself from these blockages, again, is by not associating with these toxic people, not giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. People will present you their best face. People, again, do your research. Not call everyone your friend. Not jump into a relationship and think, oh, this is my happily ever after. Listen to how their old relationship ended. Are they admitting to the wrongs that they played a part in? Because it's not always the other person's fault. Are they a person that apologized for their behavior in the past? Do they take accountability? All these different things. Is this a person that, when you are trying to go after your goals, are they in appreciation of that, or they're trying to talk you out of that? For an example of a friend, because then this person is eventually going to try and sabotage you if they feel like you're going towards a goal and they have no goals or plans. Either they will try and intentionally sabotage you, or they'll make you waste time so that you don't go after your goals and plans. They could be doing it subconsciously or unsubconsciously, but these are the things that you need to look out for. So how can you unblock yourself? Putting an end to anyone or anything toxic that is impeding in your life. And this could also be in regards to, this roommate, this house situation. A cycle needs to be closed and closed out for good right now, because of you staying in these situations with these people, places and things, and you may have ended this, but Spirit is saying, have you learned the lessons? Because you don't want to get yourself into this trap again. If you are in an environment and you don't like the environment and you want to move, look at where you are moving to. Is the environment the same type of vibe? You're not going to pick anything up, on the first date if you just walk down the road. Who knows what type of people live on that road? Do your investigations. What's the crime rate? What's the neighbours saying? If you're in a relationship with someone, if you start to date someone, you may not want to get married, you may not want to have children, you may want to travel the world. This person wants to settle down and have children, but you might think, oh, we get on so well. And be honest, you could be at a workplace, you may have met friends at the workplace. I don't want to move on, but is this workplace going to make me advance? Be honest with yourself. The landlord, you and the landlord get on okay, they're giving you a discount, but the place is too cramped. You want to start a home business, you want to expand, or you may want to have children with your partner. Be honest. Speak your truth. Be honest with self and move forward. And close out cycles and learn from those experiences so that you don't go into those same and create those same experiences again, to make you be in that Five of Pentacles energy. And this is about you not wanting anyone else to feel in that Five of Pentacles energy. And that's a true testament to you as a being and your abilities to empathize with others. But this is about one of the ways that you can save yourself from not being in this Five of Pentacles energy is by taking back your power and finding that sixth pentacle, so that it's his balance, because the five is not in balance. It's about change, and it's time for things to be changed for you, because you could be in this energy right now and you wouldn't intentionally want someone to be in this energy, but unfortunately, part number 2, there's people out there that intentionally want to see others suffer because they feel spiritually bankrupt from within, and they don't know no other way but to try and drag people down to make them feel the same way. And Spirit is saying that if you felt that you wasn't fitting in this job, you wasn't fitting in this environment, this area, this friendship group, for some of you, this family, it's because you were supposed to find your sixth pentacle elsewhere, to find that balance, to find harmony. It was designed also for you not to feel comfortable, because there was something better for you waiting. And the more you try to make yourself feel comfortable or try to be included, the more you felt shut out, because that was not for you. These people were not for you, because what was for you was something far greater and better. That's why it was the Five of Pentacles for you, because you're supposed to find that balance with that sixth pentacle. Okay, so let's take a look. How can you heal yourself from these blockages? Not waiting, not procrastinating, not staying in environments, in friendship groups, in relationships that no longer serve, and waiting for a change when it's clear there's not going to be a change. We can only change ourselves. We can't change other people. Okay? How can you release yourself from these blockages? Not getting attached to sentiment. Oh, but they're my friend from when I was young. Oh, but they're I've known this boss for a long time, or we've been going out for 6 years. Or no, you have to be real with self and real with what you want. It's what I'm picking up. You have to focus on what is beneficial for you, because I remember my brother-in-law at the time said to me, people get too attached to sentiment. I was like young, I was like 17. I was like, what does that mean? Like, because people are people's family members. Oh, the light. People's family members, etc. People just assume that, oh, because it's my family, oh, because it's my, it's my family, or it's my sibling or whatever, they have to stay in situations, and you really don't. Because sometimes when you attach yourself to sentiment, those sentimental people, they could be the ones to destroy you. Oh, because I know these people for a long time, I've lived it for a long time. You need to move to what's better for you, but also before you move, do your research so you don't get engaged in the same situation as before. So let's move on to the next question. Sorry, the same question. Next card, I should say. Is that the time? Wow. Okay. Next card is the Death card. Yeah, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Death and rebirth. This is about change. 1 and 3. 4. Some of you, 4 represents stability. 4th house ruled by Cancer. In numerology, the number 4 is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is Aquarian energy. Change, radical, sudden change. You need to make that change, because you may, Scorpio is a fixed energy, and fixed signs generally don't like change. But with that Uranian energy that I'm picking up with the number 4 in numerology terms, Aquarius and Scorpio, they square each other. So it's not going to be felt nicely from the person that you're making a change with, because they were so settled in, they were so fixated and fixed in the way of being their way of being. That they weren't thinking about anyone else's behavior. Sorry, anyone's thoughts and feelings with their behavior. But you're going to, Spirit is saying to spring it on them. And just state your truth, because they're so set in the way of you being, of just putting up with what they have been doing and getting away with it. And this could be somebody at work that is very, like I said in the beginning, unethical, and they're getting away with it. Now, Spirit is not saying you have to blow the whistle, but by you taking a stand and removing yourself from that whole situation entirely is in fact blowing the whistle and telling that person that their behavior is disgusting. Because staying is almost feeding into this person's ego of what they're doing is right. But by removing yourself, it's going to nudge them to think, oh, and if you are a person, Libra energy, that people look up to as a leader, it's only sooner or later other people will follow suit and leave this company. Maybe it could be this work environment as well. Sorry, it could be this home environment, this landlord. Maybe all the rooms are small, but people, oh, but he's so nice, the landlord, or she's so, but everyone feels trapped and stuck and restricted. They're looking out their window, yearning for a better tomorrow, but feeling that they can't, because they got on with the landlord and there's no other place that they can find. But then you may be the one to say, look, I'm gone, I found somewhere else. Then other people will feel, oh, if my pile number 2 found somewhere else, then where did you find? Or this is how I done it. You could tell them how you done it. Like I said, make sure you do the research first. You may find somewhere more bigger, more wider, and then your actions will then give other people hope to go and seek out new ventures for themselves. But Spirit is saying definitely, and number 13 is the number 4. Number 4 rules stability, Cancer, rules the home. So I feel like some of you are going to move home. There's going to be an ending of a cycle, and you moving into a new cycle and finding a new home. Finding something that matches your personality, finding like-minded people like you, because I'm picking up that Aquarius energy. So whoever you connect with will be like-minded. They may be quite Aquarian. I remember they say that we're stepping into the Aquarius age, so you could connect with people that are about serving humanity, not thinking about self, because the shadow side of Aquarius is all about being isolated, being detached, being aloof, only serving self. The higher vibration of Aquarius is about doing everything for the good of mankind, creating charities, creating movements, the internet, etc. So you could find like-minded souls like yourself who are creative, who think outside the box, who marches to the beat of their own drum. You're going to feel like, this is my soul tribe. These people could come from a past life for some of you. So Spirit is saying how you can get yourself out of this situation is to connect with people like yourself, is to move from where you are, to move into a new job. Obviously look for a job before, to move into a new home. For some of you, you don't want to settle down, you want to be single, you don't want children, you don't, you could connect with somebody that has children already, or they don't want any more children, or they don't want children at all, or this is what I'm saying. But it's about you moving from where you are, moving away from this environment into a new environment with other people with the same abilities, same talents like yourself, has the same type of work ethic. Some of you could move into a new home with other people who want to actually get their degree as well, because it's a reminder of this is why we're here, right? I'm hearing something like computer and someone that works in IT, nail technician. There's something around that, and where you were just keeping you stuck and stagnated. You are unable to express yourself, and you are required to move and go, and really connect with like-minded people like yourself. And then we have the Lovers card, which is Gemini energy, and it speaks of the community. Gemini energy is ruled by the third house. The third house is about communication. It's all about your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings. And I feel like some of you are going to move into a new neighborhood, maybe in the next 6 months. For some of you, maybe in the 6 month, because I'm looking at 1 and 3, which is about home. And this is I feel like this is a commute for some of you. It's a community. This is a community whereby you're going to feel like these people are from your past life, right? Or you're going to connect with this community. There's going to be a mutual respect. Okay, I feel like you are going to connect with people in this new environment that will feel like family. And for some of you, you may meet a new romantic partner when you move to a new area, community, town, or city. This could be with a neighbor. You could get into a love relationship with a neighbor. This is once you move, though. However, some of you may have felt like you can't invite your siblings around because of your neighborhood or your neighbors or something. You will be able to connect more with your siblings, because you will have found, I'm hearing, the home of your dreams, the place of your dreams, and you'll connect with this place. For some of you, it's not the people, it's the place that you move to. You will connect with it. It will be like a recognition, a soul recognition of, this is how I always felt that a home should feel like. This is why I mentioned this past life energy. And you may have like animals in this home too, and you may have a child, end up having a child. But I feel like some of you may meet a soulmate when you move to this area, or you and a partner may move to this home. For others of you, I feel as if you may even start working from home. You may have wanted to create a home business, but because of your environment, neighbors, area, you may have felt creatively blocked. You may have felt as if people will report you. I don't know. There's something around that, but you may be able to work from home. You and a partner could do a home business. I also feel that you could join a new community. You could join a new course. For some of you, where you are connecting with like-minded people. It could be run by a man and a woman. For some of you, it could be run by a couple. There's something here around that, with the 6 of Cups as well, and with the 5 of Pentacles, sorry, not the 5 of Pentacles, with the Death card as well. This does speak about, when I mentioned number 4 being the number of Uranus in numerology, and Uranus rules the sign Aquarius. Aquarius rules the 11th house, right? 11th house is about groups, clubs, organizations, networking, right? 11th house should be called the internet house, right? Because Uranus does rule the internet, and we're supposed to be stepping into a Aquarius age. But I feel as if, and that's the thing, like Power 1 and Power 2 could actually tie into each other, because Power 1 had 2 Pisces cards, and when we was going through the Pisces age, a lot of people were very religious, and I did say to them in Power 1 that some of you could be very religious. Not all of them, because not all Pisceans are religious, but there is a difference between spirituality and, religion, and a lot of people don't really understand that. And I feel like, because we're stepping into the Aquarius age, it's going to be more about, because I was reading up on it yesterday as well, but it will be more about, astrology coming more into the forefront. And obviously you're seeing a lot of different people doing like manifestation work, people that didn't really used to do it before. A lot of people are doing that, believing in spirituality, because a lot of religious people they feel like tarot and, like mediums and stuff like that are, we're dealing with different forces, which we're not, because I can tell you, some people that are religious, they deal with forces that are not, because I grew up Methodist, and most tarot readers, they grew up in the church or so forth, and we do believe in God, but we just channel messages from our guides, and we use cards to get these messages. But trust me, half of us don't even need the cards to channel our messages, but we're just doing it for the visuals and for our followers and our, soul family to see, and most of our viewers, they also have gifts as well. Okay, but you can't really say that to someone that's overly religious, because they'll just like take it the wrong way. And I feel like the reason why I mention that is because you could be in an environment where a lot of people could be very religious, or they could be like self-righteous, etc., and they could like look down on what you're doing and feel like it's devilish, or whatever the case is, right? And it's not. And also, you are going to be in an environment, and this doesn't have to be in regards to that. I'm just saying that because the 11th house is popping up for me. I'm saying that because a lot of people, you will find that your environment that you were in before, these people were not of your kind, and you're going to connect and network and maybe connect with a new group, club, or organization with people that are like yourself, that think outside the box, have eccentric goals, ideas, and belief systems, and these are the types of people that you're going to connect with. And this could be due to you moving home, moving jobs, moving into a new home with a new flatmate, moving, like I said, changing a club, changing a group or organization that you felt connected to at some time. You're going to, I'm hearing innovative people like yourself is what I'm picking up. So I'm going to pull one more card. I didn't do this for card number one because I stayed on that path for a long time, and I think I stayed on this path for a long time, but didn't get an opportunity to go and read this. So let's just take a quick look at any closing messages from Spirit, please, for my pile number 2. Any closing messages from Spirit, please? I'm hearing have a cup of tea, mint tea. Okay, wow. Okay, so we got throat chakra, willpower and determination, and this probably came up because I mentioned about you speaking your truth. You speaking your truth, telling that landlord, telling that roommate, telling that boss, telling that person in that club, group, whatever, it's time for you to move on. You may not want to go into the ins and outs depending on that person's personality, right? They may try and out-talk you or whatever you have to say, but it's about you speaking your truth so that you can close that chapter and move forward into the new. So we have, I set clear boundaries for my own behavior, and I cultivate a strong will by being true to myself. I didn't even see that part number 2. You see how Spirit just, I use my willpower to accomplish my daily tasks and spiritual goals, and to encourage uplifting thoughts and behaviors in myself. Doing this will assist me on the next stage of my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual growth. Death card, this is about transforming an old way of being and stepping into a new way of being. I stay in touch with my positive thoughts and truth by avoiding substance abuse. My will is strong and my mind is clear. And Spirit is saying for some of you, if you are in, some of you could feel like, okay, you are feeling very blocked and trapped and rigid and unable to come out of the situation, and it could be leading you down a dark hole where you could be, using substance and having substance abuse issues, which hopefully is not the case. And Spirit is saying that if you do find yourself feeling like this, because it could be, like I said, an environment that is very toxic, then do reach out to maybe a friend that you trust, someone that you actually trust, or maybe if you don't want a friend or a family member to know your business, then reach out to an agency that can help you. There's many organizations online, or reach out to a counselor as well. Some of you may feel like you need to see a psychologist, a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist, even for some of you, to gain that transformational healing, to aid you with your healing. to break a pattern. That could be the thing for some of you. Some of you may want to break a pattern of a way of being that is toxic to you, but that's all you know. And this friend, you and this friend could have indulged in this pattern, and you may want to be the one to actually break free from it. But this friend keeps doing it, and subconsciously they want to keep you trapped and stuck, because your way of moving forward and not golfing in this way of being anymore is forcing this person to heal, and they're not ready to heal. But their mindset could be, how dare you want to heal and I'm not ready yet to heal, because your transformation is forcing them to change their way of being, which they don't want to do. And this is why you have to remove yourself from these people, these individuals. And this is what Spirit is saying to some of you as well, that you could be in an environment where people are doing these things and it's hindering your growth, it's hindering you, evolving. And it's about you speaking your truth, maybe not to these people, but saying to yourself, first and foremost, I want to move, and taking action, doing your research, telling your landlord, doing what needs to be done so that you can make that move. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care of yourself. It's been a pleasure. Peace out.